Hi there, Terry back again on the Comic Cover Show. If you would like to like and subscribe even before you've seen it, but I'm sure you'll enjoy it, so go ahead and do that for me, that'd be brilliant. We're now starting into 1961. This is part one of a two-part year. And we start off with Superman 142 January cover date. As you see that, there's a Curt Swan cover. The Flame Dragon from Krypton being the cover story. This was the Flame Dragon's first appearance. Did he make another? Let me know down in the comments. I'm sure there's some experts out there that can tell me he did, or maybe he didn't. It's written by Otto Binder and the art was by Wayne Boring and Stan Kaye. The second story in this issue, Superman travels back in time and meets Al Capone. And as well as Al Capone, he also meets a young Perry White, who's now as they call him, a cub reporter. And through the story, Superman or Clark Kent help him get his first story. Then we have Action Comics number 272, January cover date. Superman's rival, Mental Man. In this story we have another appearance of Aquaman. And in the Supergirl story there's a first appearance of Marvel Maid and Marvel Man. Written by Otto Binder, art by Jim Mooney. Then we have Superman 143. We have February cover date, art by Curt Swan. And this one, as you can see, Bizarro not liking Frankenstein's monster too much. Another story inside, there was a Superman hoax, that was written by Robert Bernstein and Wayne Boring and Stan Kaye. And Lois has a lucky day, and that was by Jerry Siegel and John Forte. Cover story here was by Otto Binder, Wayne Boring and Stan Kaye. Then we have Action Comics number 273, February cover date. Superman in the world of Mr. Mxyzptlk. This cover story is written by Jerry Siegel, and art was by Al Plastino. Within this story, Mr. Mxyzptlk runs for mayor on the Scatterbrain ticket. Art imitating life at the moment, possibly. Oh yes, and in the Supergirl story, in this issue, it's the last appearance of Marvel Maid and Marvel Man. Surprising, yes? It's titled Supergirl of Two Worlds, written by Otto Binder and art by Jim Mooney. Then we have Action Comics 274, March cover date. I love this background on this cover, it's like flop wallpaper. And the reversed superpowers, as you can see. This was written by Jerry Siegel, and for a change the art was by Kurt Schaffenberger, but then he did do most of Lois Lane's in the early years anyway. And Supergirl in this issue as well does 3 time trips, again written by Jerry Siegel and art by Jim Mooney. Then we have April issue of Superman, issue 144. The first story contains his super weapon. It's written by Jerry Siegel, Curt Swan and Stan Kaye doing the art. The second story, Superboy's first public appearance, written by Jerry Siegel and art by Al Plastino. But the cover story, The Orphans of Space, again written by Jerry Siegel and art by Al Plastino. This cover does get me. I did a bit of research, and back in 1961 there were 3,068,370,609 people living on planet Earth. But all Superman seems to be worrying about is the 2 of them, well the 3 of them including the dog. Not very nice really, is it? Then we have Action 275. April cover date. Art by Curt Swan. And the cover story is written by Jerry Coleman, Wayne Boring and Stan Kay. Supergirl story. Ma and Pa Kent adopt Supergirl. It's a dream. Yeah. But they don't class it as an imaginary story, just for a change. But they do class it as an honorary imaginary story. So there you go. Excuse me, paper sticking together. Then we have one of my favourite 60s Superman stories that's contained in this issue. It's not the cover story, but The Secret Identity of Superman, written by Jerry Siegel, Curt Swan and Stan Kay. But my favourite story in this is The Night of March the 31st, and the story that never really happened. As in everything in the story happens the day after the 31st. And we know when that is, don't we? Let me know in the comments. Written by Jerry Siegel, art by Curt Swan and Sheldon Moldoff. But I just love that story. I remember reading it as a kid. When I didn't buy this issue new. I would have only been 4. But when I did pick it up, probably when I was about 9 or 10, and I just loved the story. And then we have quite an expensive issue. I thought this Action 276 May cover date with Curt Swan and Stan Kay art. I thought it was because it was the first appearance of the Superman Emergency Squad. But no, it wasn't, because they appeared back in Jimmy Olsen number 48 in November 1960. So about 5-6 months beforehand. What makes this expensive is the second story, the Supergirl story. Well, the Supergirl story in the front one really, but the second story is Supergirl as well. And as I said, the reason it was expensive is it has 6 first appearances of our good old friends, the Legion of Superheroes. Namely Phantom Girl, Triplet Girl, Shrinking Violet, Bouncing Boy, Sun Boy, and Supergirl's love interest for a few years in the 60s, possibly run into the 70s. First appearance of Brainiac 5. And last but not least, for this part 1, Action Comics 277 June cover date, Curt Swan, Stan Kay art. And in the Superman story, it was the first appearance of dear old Lex Luthor's lair. It had a few names over the years: L Island, Black Island, Penthouse Lair, Anti-Superman Fortress and many others. And it last appeared in Superman 413 in November 85 cover date. But we'll be getting there in quite a while. The cover story, Battle of the Super Pets, was written by Jerry Siegel and Jim Mooney. And that is it for part 1. We'll see you in part 2. As I say, if you liked all of this, please like and subscribe, so that I can do more. Because otherwise I think you don't love me. Thanks very much. See you again. Bye.